Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode, Byron took himself out along with many of his people. And it shouldn't have happened because Esther stepped in when he wasn't supposed to and kind of kicked all of that off. And as a result, Byron being that martyr for so many of the telepaths, the Psychor facility got bombed. So I put that on Bester, even though, I don't think Byron would have wanted that happening in his name. He wasn't a violent guy, even though his death was very violent and people died, not only him, as a result. But Bester needs to be stopped. And since Garibaldi can't do it, someone needs to step up to the plate. But gloriously, Garibaldi did not die. And they kind of tricked me because what I thought I saw isn't actually what happened. I assumed that the gun pointed at him went off and killed him, but that is not what happened. They tricked us, or they tricked me for sure. But I've never been more happy to be wrong because I'm so happy that Garibaldi's still alive. And it did take a toll on him because he ended up drinking at the end of the episode, which is not great. But at the end of the day, I'm so happy to have this telepath issue be resolved. Unfortunately, it was resolved in a very tragic manner. But I do think now we're going to focus in on those attacks that are happening. This next episode is called The Ragged Edge. And I definitely think we're going to head first into all of this Centauri Prime stuff because I think the attacks and what's happening on Centauri Prime are related. But I don't really have a guess for what the Ragged Edge would actually mean. But yeah, I'm very curious for how the rest of this season is going to go. But I definitely think we wrapped up the telepath stuff for now, even though I do want some resolution with the state of the Psychor. Like they need to, I don't know if bombing their facilities it's not going to stop them. So they need to be reckoned with. And I hope that happens before the show's over. So let's get back into it.
The members of the Alliance voted to boycott all future meetings of the Council.
What?
Until we can guarantee the safety of their shipping lines against the recent...
They're trying.
Why the hell are we getting the sole rap for this? We need a break. A witness. Something.
Yes, we do. Badly.
Well, we had an appointment this morning to go over some reports, which you missed, and Dylan just called to set up a meeting in a half an hour in the president's office.
I'll be there.
Garibaldi.
A flight of Rangers sent to investigate an attack on several
Good.
ships found a lifeboat missing on one of the transports.
Then we've got a survivor.
Did he survive and make it back to the Drazi homeworld? 2, can we find him and get him to testify about what he saw?
Well, there's only one way to know for sure, and that's to go in and take a look. I know a guy who's a security consultant in the Drazi capital. I worked with him back when we were stationed on the mining colony on Europa.
Stephen, I want you to go along with Garibaldi. Watch his back, and
I'd rather he not. Look, this is a delicate situation, and my guy's not going to trust anybody except me.
So what you're saying is you don't want me along?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I mean, it kind of is.
What I'm saying is you're going to be spending all your time at the Drazi Hilton because he's not going to want to talk to you. Might as well just stay here.
Wow, they're just...
Tell him, is it you?
Oh, shit!
You must understand, Jakar, that all we knew is that you went with Milari to Centauri Prime.
Is this the
Many
same
of us
actor?
felt that you had been taken prisoner or were going to be executed.
Where is my book?
The Kari felt if anything happened to you,
They've been reading it?
Jakar would never see the light of day. So we liberated it.
Liberated.
It must have been fantastic.
Stop! Just a few. 500,000 or 600,000.
What?
I have been told that it will outsell the Book of Jakar.
Wow, it's the New Testament.
Congratulations, Citizen Jakar. You are now a religious icon.
Wow.
And am I in here?
Not by name, by description. Natak Budala. It's a colloquialism.
Which means?
Prideful wind catcher.
Just Garibaldi says. I think I'll wait for the movie.
Whoa.
Great way to get yourself killed.
And they said you were slow.
Tapik.
Oh! Good to see you.
And you. Good. The Drazi pay well for human security. They know your people found a missing life pod at the site of the last attack. And it would be far easier for them to deny knowing anything about it if you were dead. Suffice to say, he wants to get off planet as soon as possible.
Well, that should make my negotiations a little easier.
Doesn't
That,
talk.
yes, but getting him off planet, that will be hard.
Priority message coming in for you from Earth Dome.
Well, can it wait? I just sat down to dinner.
Negative, they say it's important.
I'm going to take care of your travel arrangements. I'll see you downstairs when he arrives.
Garibaldi, you need to be sharp, my man.
Tafiq!
No! Oh no! See, if if Dr. Franklin had been there, you couldn't have done that. No! Oh! I'm glad
He
you
will
saw
meet us
that.
tonight in the park at the base of the hotel.
Oh my god. Well, at least he still had his faculties about him.
The pilot, you have to get to him before they do. Before they...
See, Dr. Franklin could have helped him too. No! Oh shit. We don't care about your damn smuggling. Shit. You suffered out real quick.
I don't think they got a picture, but I'm pretty sure my description's all over the places. Spaceport, customs, everywhere. They're after me.
Oh no.
Everybody. Is there a White Star in the area?
Just one.
That's all I need.
I turned down a chance to become ruler of our world, Talon. And I never once looked back. Because it is not my place in life to lead.
I have an obligation of honor to use mine. Do you not share that obligation to use yours?
I have nothing to teach them.
That is where you are wrong.
Yeah, I really think you do.
For 100 years,
already
we have
have.
taught ourselves one thing: how to hate and how to fight. It's not about teaching something. It's about unlearning hatred and unlearning fear.
I worry, Talon, that my shadow may become greater than the message.
If that happens, I give you my word that I will personally kill you.
This is supposed to put my mind at ease.
Yeah.
I'm a warrior. It's what I have to give.
You got him right outside my room.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I was sleeping. It's a long trip. I just conked out. Whoever killed the pilot, they're the ones behind these attacks. They knew the pilot was alive, and they killed him before we could bring him back to testify about what he saw.
Oh man, we
Exactly
need
what we were trying to do.
help.
Meaning we have a leak.
Ah, where did you find this, hmm?
You know what this is?
Of course. I've seen this all my life. Ever since I came to the Royal Court, anyway. You
Yeah.
won't find this anywhere else.
This is the Centauri.
It's a, button from one of the uniforms of our Imperial Palace Guards. And the design here...
I figured it was going to lead us
is the
here.
seal of Emperor Toscano.
Londo would have not just dropped that information in our labs if
Yeah.
he were involved.
No. But on the other hand, he is most certainly responsible for the leak that nearly got Michael killed.
We're going to tell Londo what's going on and have him find out for us, or do we keep him completely out of
No,
the equation.
tell him. Please tell
Tell
him.
him nothing. If you tell him what we know, he'll be outraged. He'll do whatever's necessary to track this problem back to its source. And then very shortly thereafter, he will almost certainly be dead.
He wants
Why
to
do you
keep him
say that?
safe.
We were attacked on Centauri Prime by other Centauri opposed to Molari.
From here on out, we tell Londo only what he needs to know, and that's all.
When is he due to return to
But keep him
Centauri Prime?
safe.
4 to 6 weeks, depending on the health of the regent.
And you go with him?
Where he goes, I go.
Sure, I'm gonna miss this place.
You're leaving? What did they tell you?
In the past, we have had little to do with other races. Evolution teaches us that we must fight that which is different in order to secure land, food, and mates for ourselves. But we must reach a point where the nobility of intellect asserts itself and says no.
God, I wish our
We
religious
need
leaders
not be
talked
afraid
like
of those
this.
who are different. We can embrace that difference and learn from it.
But in the book of Jakar, it says that the Centauri cannot be trusted.
When was that written in the book?
In the beginning.
Exactly.
In the beginning.
Over time, I learned, as you will learn. If the book is holy and I am holy, then I must help you become closer to the thoughts of the universe. Put your face in the book.
There's lesson number 1.
Absolutely.
I got a call from Dr. Benjamin Kyle, head of xenobiological research at Earthdome. Well, he's retiring at the end of the year.
Oh.
It'll be a loss. I am familiar with some of his work. He's brilliant. Be a hard act to follow.
Which is why I had to think long and hard when he asked me to take over for him.
I thought you were compiling data on alien
Yeah,
disease
that seemed
transmission for
important.
Delenn and the Alliance.
I am. And if anything, this will make it easier.
That's a hell of a promotion.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Stephen.
Thank you.
Well, would you, like me to tell Delenn?
No, I'll do that. I'll just have to tell everyone else. I think Garibaldi will probably take it the hardest.
Breaking my heart. Go check on him, Dr. Franklin. Well, you can't really begrudge him that opportunity. It sounds, like a big deal, and he seems to have taken his time and thought about it, and we'll miss him, but I wonder if, I feel like that's maybe his, I feel like that'll happen after the show's over, in the same way that, like, Sheridan and Delenn will be going back to Minbari eventually. So maybe that's just like his long term, that we'll know that's what he'll be up to. I hope so anyway. I hope he gets to stay for the rest of the season. But, I'm happy for him. I feel about the same way that Sheridan does. Sad to see him go, but, I'm happy for him for sure. And it was, not as bad as I was expecting. So I'm fine with it. The Londo Centauri situation is good in the way that at least they know now where to look. I thought that this was related, and it is. And I'm so happy that they all realized, particularly Jakar, that Londo was not involved. And Londo made sure that they decided not to clue him in on this, because he would put himself in a position to get himself into some real trouble. So they got to do this smartly. And I hope this leads to them finding out the real truth, because this is not really even the Centauri doing this. This is another race that is a legacy of the shadows for sure, that has quite literally attached itself to their leader. I know they don't want to tell Londo, and I don't think they can tell the people in the Alliance, but they want answers. They feel like they're not being looked after. So they're in a tough spot, but at least they have somewhere to look, to start really planning and figuring out what's really happening here. So I feel good about that. I just hope they can, thread this needle and not have Centauri, not have what we've seen has happened in the future, where it's just burning. And I'm so desperate for them to change the future that we've seen with Londo with the thing on his neck and Jakar coming in to kill him. Like, they've never been in a better place. It's so wonderful. And Jakar, this episode, like, his book is out there and it's really hitting home with the Narn, and for good reason. He's definitely someone that you would want in that position, if that position has to exist, as a political, or not, I'm sorry, not political, religious leader, someone who is not looking for power and is just trying to give the wisdom that has been so hard fought, earned, and needing to be told to the Narn. Because like Talon said, who, by the way, love to see him again, but like how he said that the elders, they cling to the old ways, and the old ways were, in some ways necessary to survive because of the oppression that they were under from the Centauri. But things have changed, and your views on things should change when things need to change, when things have changed. So it's great that they have someone like Jakar to teach them to not always stay stagnant and let your beliefs evolve with the times. And that lesson was clearly demonstrated by his little put your head in the book move. And I hope all of that teaching gets trickled down to everyone. And the Narn are just in a really great place, in a place that they haven't been in, I don't know if ever. So it's great to see that they're not backsliding into old cycles of hatred. And Jakar, the master writer we know he is, has really become that figure for them. And he is smart enough and wise enough to know to not get a big head about it, but just give that knowledge that he has found over all of these years. Because he, go back to the beginning of I really am excited to rewatch this show, those early seasons, with Jakar and Londo, and how things have changed so much. So I love that we get to see the fruits of that in this episode. Garibaldi, well, his drinking got his friend killed. I mean, not directly, but I don't think he would have slept through that had he not been knocked out from the drink. But you see, he came back and just kept it going. Like, he's full on back into his disease. So that's so unfortunate, and I hate to see it. And if Dr. Franklin can hopefully recognize the signs in him, that would be nice before he ends up leaving. It's just so sad to see. And I really liked, what was it, Tafik? Something like that. Garibaldi's friend. I really liked him, and it was so sad that he died. And, Garibaldi was able to get the button, and so we, made a lot of headway here into finding out where these attacks have come from. So it wasn't for nothing, but at the same time, it could have it could have gone better because his drinking is affecting his job. Like, he's doing it on the job. You needed to be very alert when you were in that place. That was the Drowsy Homeworld, right? So it's just so sad. I hate this for him, but hopefully someone can help it. I feel like it's gonna be Dr. Franklin. He would definitely be the one that would take notice of that. But yeah, our alliance is holding on by a string at this point. They're not attending the meetings. They're worried about their protection or lack thereof. But I think, focusing in on what's happening on Centauri Prime is going to help. I don't know how much we can get accomplished, how quickly we can do it, but we know where to look now. So that is something, and I'll take it. So yeah, we moved the needle. Some sad things happened. Some very heartening things happened. But yeah, I feel better about the fact that we don't have to deal with the telepath issue anymore. Even as, tragic as it all played out, at least we're past it. I still want to know more, or I still want them to keep touching on the Psychor thing. I still want that to be something that we address, but we'll see. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.